It's time to check Adam's voicemail.
Hi, Adam. I couldn't wait to call and tell you when my husband said that the new CEO at the largest steel company in America went to Amherst College, supposedly, or maybe he's a fan of your show, and he's just saying he went to Amherst because he knows there'll be no follow-up questions. Have a great day.
You can leave us a message at 888-634-1744.
Yeah, that was my thing. I want to save money with college and my kids and stuff, and I got instead of spending all the money and getting your fucking head scrambled, just say you went to Amherst. People will leave you alone.
Then they don't bother you.
Well, you're gonna have to pick out one hall. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because in case by chance you run into somebody who went or knows or something, and then so you go, oh yeah, I was in Bradbury Hall. That's where my dorm was in Bradbury. You know, and whatever, and we'd meet in Union. Throw a couple things. Find one pizza place that was near.
Say that's common.
That was near there. Yeah, we should go there Fridays, get pictures. It's pretty cool. And that's about it. You'll be done. Everyone will be impressed. They'll have no more questions. Sorry. What do you got, Max, about it?
So speaking of performers making a comeback, Neil Young. So remember in January of 2022, he published that open letter saying he's going to pull his music from Spotify because of the Joe Rogan deal.
Oh, he was going to do it too.
The spread of vaccine misinformation. He did do it.
Oh, sorry, puss. Wait, you're talking about... Oh, wait a minute.
This is in 2022. He published an open letter asking...
Oh, I'm sorry. I screwed up. When you said Neil Young, I heard Neil Diamond, and I was like, what the... But yeah, Neil Young.
Yeah, so Neil Young. So and other artists did it too. A reminder: Joni Mitchell, Crosby, Stills, and Nash.
All the fucking pussies from the past who used to fight against the man, now they all work for Pfizer and Upjohn or something. Now they're all big vax. They're big pharma people now. By the way, what was Joe wrong about any of this shit? That's the part they never really follow up on.
Right, I would put money that they didn't even do research on that.
No, they didn't.
Well, Neil Young has said, "I'm going to restore my music to the service now." He put out a statement, says, "Look, I can't just leave Apple and Amazon like I did Spotify because my music could have very little streaming outlet to music lovers at all. So I've returned to Spotify in sincere hopes that Spotify sound quality will improve and people will be able to hear and feel all the music as we made it." Did not mention.
Well, there you go,
Joe Rogan.
rebel pussy. Now the rebel pussy is back. All right, and by the way, these are again, it's all the people who fought against the Vietnam War and fought against the man and fought against big government and big pharma, and you fucking sellout retards are all back.
Yeah, I wrote the song Ohio.
Yeah, that's right. For Dead in Ohio.
Well, the song, remember, Born to Live on Sugar Mountain.
Yeah.
He needs more sugar.
Yeah, all right, Neil. Well, good. You're sellout. Hypocrite.
Well, Billboard estimated that the absence of his catalog on Spotify would cost him about $300,000.
Yeah.
So,
well,
he's back now.
Now he's a sellout.
Welcome back, Neil.
Good, Neil. Thanks for selling out, but we're glad you're back. Good for you.
All right.
Fucking idiot. Fucking idiots. Everyone's a fucking idiot. Listen, you can have all the beef.
It's all coming back, though. We're all coming back to
have beef with whoever you want, but you got to say, what were all the people that you yelled at wrong about? Was it the 6 foot distancing? Was it how effective masks were? What is it? What were they wrong about? They never want to get into that.
Yeah. I predict in about 2 years we'll be listening to Neil Young on Spotify while getting drinks on a Southwest flight to Vegas.
That's
it's gonna
right.
Be a wonderful time.
Watching a porn I did ADR on.
Yeah,
that's right.
On lobster jizz.
Also, you won't. We don't know the name of the porn, so every time I watch a porn, I'm going to have to think. Wait a minute. Is that Angelo?
I know. Any ADR that I hear, I'm going to assume it's you.
Well, you're not supposed to hear ADR. That's the whole point.
Like,
so it's any dialogue where the guy's mouth isn't moving, and I'm going to think it's Angelo.
Yeah.
My voice is on there, yeah.
Was it like French replacement? Was it English replacement?
It was French replacement. So
Okay.
because they had to do it in English, but they tried to get the actor to do it in English, but it didn't sound the same.
Okay,
so.
now after the dialogue
Right.
was replaced, what else did you replace?
to die a
did you
hog.
get-
I volunteered, but there was no takers.
No, but did you get the? Did they switch back to the original actor?
They went
for
back
the
to the
grunts
actor.
and
Ooh,
the S?
oui,
Okay, so they did
monsieur,
that.
c'est ça, oui.
Okay.
You know, that kind of stuff. But it was not, no, I was just basically the preacher.
You know, some of those vintage porns, when it comes to ADR, this is a weird thing. It's obviously, it looks like an Italian porn because they have that Italian porn look, but then it's overdubbed in Italian. Have you seen those?
Right, yeah.
Maybe.
strange.
Trying to think. But yeah, the European vintage stuff is pretty good because it's classy. And
Yeah.
here, when we shoot a porn, I've been on porn set here. Here, it's like Luan Flats. That'd be a good name for my. That'd be a good porn name for
That's
me.
a good name,
Gay
Luan
porn. You're
Flats.
working with Luan Flats. You know, just shit. It's supposed to be. You know, they're shooting some shitty apartment in Reseda or something. In Europe, they shoot porns in castles. Like they're actually fucking take over a castle and shoot the porn. I mean, it's lavish shit.
Have
So
you
it's
ever
nice.
seen a porn, Adam, where you're looking at the room and you're like, I've stayed in that room at the Marriott? You know, it's like, I know the room. It's like, because a lot of those rooms you could tell by the furniture in the background. If it's like a Sheraton or a Marriott or, you know, something like that. You know.
No, but castle porn is pretty good.
Yeah.
That's good. Castle porn.
All right. So he's back.
Well, speaking of Europe, so the Paris Olympics, 2024 Paris Olympics, they've announced that they're handing out 300,000 condoms after lifting an intimacy ban for athletes. Mm-hmm. Right. So they said it's very important that we get them these, and it reverses a policy from the 2020 Olympics. Although condoms were handed out during the Tokyo Games, officials placed an intimacy ban on athletes due to the COVID pandemic.
I'd be funny with those condoms because I'd have the basket of condoms. And when I saw the black boxers coming, like from America, I'd be like, "Here you go, here you go, take a handful."
here you go.
And then all of a sudden, like the female power lifters would start going, "You guys are good. You're good.
You're
We're
okay.
good. We're okay. We're okay." Who else we got? Oh, that guy. We do the 100. You do the hurdles. 220. Yeah, come here. Yeah, here. Let me stuff some condoms in your pocket. This is the female water polo team. Yeah, you guys keep walking. We're good. We're good. You're not getting no condoms.
I had a
We're gonna
friend.
save condoms.
I had a friend who played for the Canadian Olympic team in Lillehammer, and the condoms they were humping so much clogged up the drains, and they had plumbing issues at the
Really?
village. Yeah, they had plumbing issues because they were flushing the condoms, which you're not supposed to,
Down the toilet.
down the toilet. And it was plugging up their up in Norway. I guess they don't have good plumbing.
Yeah. I never put them in the toilet. I put a little Tabasco in them.
Right.
And I tie them in a knot and I just put it right in the bathroom. Put it right in the trash can there at the bathroom.
Why the Tabasco?
I don't want the ladies stealing my seed, you know.
Right out of Drake's playbook.
okay.
And Drake. Oh, I taught it to Drake.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They take that seed, you know.
I thought once it's out, is it still?
For a while.
It is.
Yeah.
I was always. I mean, I'm not a.
I think it has like a 24-hour. Is that too long? You think 24-hour life?
Because you hear
cycle?
those stories, right? Or
Listen, when you do in vitro, they go, if you live further than 25 minutes from this facility, you got to come and do it in-house.
Ah.
okay, yeah,
Yeah. Which is bullshit.
right.
I'm sure they just want to hear you beat up.
So there's no more social distancing now at the Olympics.
Right.
Fitting in France, of course.
Right.
Yeah, you're
Right.
in
So
the
hump
city
away.
of love.
Yeah, hump away.
I know. Any shame for anybody whose packets are unopened at the end of the games?
Well, like I said, I can tell you who's going to open their packets
Right.
and who isn't going to open their packets. You know, I'll figure that out.
That
But,
makes sense.
Well,
track and field guys are opening their packets
For sure.
That's for sure.
Women's shot put, maybe
Women's
not.
shot put, not so much.
Maybe not
We
so
don't need-
much.
We need a package for that. Anything.
Shot put.
Anyone's doing the squats or the
Discus.
clean and jerk,
Yeah.
discus. Yeah, we don't. No condoms for you.
Now, pole vaulter, give her 2.
All the water sports ones for sure. We'll use them.
Most
of them.
There's a big shoulder thing.
Yeah.
Male swimmers will use
when
them.
when
Yeah,
girls
yeah.
swim that much, they do get the big. I don't know.
pole vaulters are hot,
Maybe
man.
pole vaulters
That pole
they don't
vaulted.
want.
Yeah, they're always hot.
Look good.
Yeah.
So, speaking of condoms, Olivia Rodrigo, so she did a concert in Missouri, and they passed out a bunch of condoms and contraceptives, and they announced that they're no longer doing that anymore because of the backlash.
She's handing out condoms and like Plan B or something, and I think people are like, I got an 11-year-old.
That's why they're like, oh yeah, there are kids here. Maybe we shouldn't do this anymore.
Yeah,
but yeah, so
I can understand why though.
Huh?
I can understand why in one sense, but if the kids are that young, though, no, that doesn't make sense.
That was the point. Like, look, we're trying to make a statement. We want to give this kids. Missouri is one of the states that.
Oh, they're making a statement.
They're making a statement too,
okay.
Of course.
All right.
And but yeah, so they've announced that they are no longer going to be doing it because of the children are present at the concerts. It's a bad look.
Why don't they hang out Twinkies?
That would help too. But the abortion. Organizations like the pro abortion organizations, well, not pro-abortion, but they're against it. They're saying, like, look, kids have sex too. They should still be handing these things out, like lube and whatever.
They're against her canceling.
Canceling, yeah, they're upset.
They're not against it. They're against
yes, they're
her stopping.
Right. They wanted to continue doing this. So
I don't know. How much of any of this makes a difference? You know what I mean? Like, is there anyone? I'll put it to you this way. Is there anyone who wants a condom who can't get their hands on a condom? Anyone who would use one who can't get their hands on it? And is there any black person who wants to vote but can't find an ID in our society? Do these people exist? We argue over and over and over about these two groups. I don't really think they exist. I think people who want condoms and use condoms get condoms, and those who don't use condoms don't use condoms, no matter how many condoms you hand them.
Right. You can find them, I think, now.
I remember the first time I bought condoms, it was at a gas station, and the guy, the attendant stopped me and he said, look, you can get these at the 99-cent store. What are you doing here?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The 99 cents?
Yeah.
Like with a drawstring made out of
I
catgut?
didn't ask for details. I still bought them there.
He's not still
I was in
your
a rush.
mentor.
Mr. Miyagi over at the Chevron, passing on some wisdom.
Yeah.
What you want to do is go to the Dollar Tree.
Life pro tip. So the Philadelphia Phillies, they have announced that they are ending their popular promotion of $1 hot dogs. Dollar hot dog night. They did this. First, they originally did it 3 times a year. Then they said, look, we're going to do this twice a year, and people got really mad. But now they decided we're not doing it anymore due to unruly fan behavior. They were throwing them on the field. They were throwing them at each other. Just big old food fights every time they had dollar hot dog night. So they announced it's no longer happening.
We're animals now, and we can no longer have things. Do you know what I mean? Like we go. I always say it, like, you can't drink beer out of a glass bottle because someone would throw it on the field and hit somebody, break it over someone's head. So now you have to do. Everything is completely dumbed down 100% because we can't control ourselves and we don't know how to act
So sad.
anymore.
But it's also Philadelphia.
Well, that's.
I mean, any sport.
It's the tip of the spears, Philadelphia.
Yeah, everything there is a brawl. It doesn't matter if it's the Flyers or the Sixers or the
Eagles.
It's a brawl.
Philly fans are my favorite sports fans just because they're so unpredictable. And remember, they Crisco the light poles.
That's what I'm saying. Like sometimes I'll walk around and you walk by some cafe or some restaurant at night, and you see that they have outdoor furniture, but it's all chained up. And I'll go, yeah, it's sad. Yeah. It's sad that somebody has to chain up their outdoor patio furniture at their bistro because it would immediately get stolen. You know what I mean? It's sad that there's in Los Angeles, there's barbed wire around every freeway sign.
Yeah.
Sad. This is sad. We can't have things or do things. You can't do this stuff anymore. It's like it's sad. Oh, they can't drop a package off on the front porch because there's porch pirates. I mean, they just had a story. Man, I think it was out of one of these crumbling civilizations like Seattle or Portland or something like that. But the fun part is we get to watch what happens to civilization when they are not ruled properly, and then they just watch them undone. And Dawson, you can find it. Or maybe it's D.C., Maryland. The cops basically said, look, keep your key fob by your car, keep by the front door. And because people are breaking in and they're stealing cars.
It's in Canada.
It's in Canada.
Oh, shit. Worse, because Canada's got, I always say Canada's about 5 years ahead of California in terms of falling apart. Like the
You're right. It's I can speak as a Canadian. They're telling people now to even leave him in the car. And the guy, I don't know if you saw it the other day, they had an air tag in his car. They followed the car. They got to, it was on the rail yard. They were taking it to Montreal. It was getting on a ship. And they told them the car is there. And they said, you're trespassing. You're not allowed to go inside, but that's my car. With the fucking air tag.
Right.
And I was in San Francisco on the weekend doing shows. And I'm at the Grand Hyatt. I walked 30 feet outside of the hotel, Adam. I had a cigar 30 feet away. And this guy goes, excuse me. He says, cigar smoke. You're not allowed to smoke here. I go, I checked the sign. It said, you got to be 25 feet away. I'm 30 feet away. Thank you. And I went back. He goes, no, I don't think you're listening to me. I go, hey, buddy. I said, I'm having a fucking cigar. I go, there's people shitting on the streets and stealing in all your stores, and you're going to draw the line with a fat guy having a stogie.
I'm not the problem.
What's the problem here? And then people are like, well, you're being unreasonable. I go, wait a second. I'm actually obeying the law. And in Canada, what's happened, it's the same as California where steal, shoplift, leave your keys in the car. One of my best friends in Ottawa bought a new 7 Series BMW, went to bed, woke up, 5 cars on the street were gone.
Right.
They're just taking them. And it's such an epidemic that Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada, went into Parliament and said, guys, just leave your cars open.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Is this? And the insurance companies are going, are you fucking crazy?
Well, Trudeau's 5 years ahead of Gavin Newsom in terms of pussy, horrible.
Mussolini, yeah.
Yes, like literally. And by the way, if you're a criminal, fine, no problemo. If you want to smoke a cigar, we got big fucking problems with you.
But yeah, that's where they draw the line, Adam. And I'm like, and I said to the guy, first of all, mind your business. I said, I saw a guy walking out of a Walgreens. They're shutting them all down, Nordstrom's. I said, there's people taking dumps in the street. Fine, socioeconomics, I get it. But I'm actually sitting here not bothering you. And why don't you go over and say something to these people?
Who was saying this to you?
Some guy in a backpack. He looked like one of these granola fucking eating kale people. And I was like, you know what? I said, buddy, I'm just having a cigar. Fuck off. I mean, because to me, it's like I'm obeying the law.
Yes.
I'm right where I'm supposed to be. But
there shouldn't even be a law. The law should just be fucking smoke a cigar if you want to smoke a cigar.
A cigar I bought at a shop in San Francisco.
They don't, I think in Glendale, if you have a smoke shop, they will not let you smoke a cigar inside of the cigar shop.
I think Glendale, Calabasas, I think Burbank.
Burbank you can't even smoke outside.
Oh, Burbank. Maybe Burbank it is.
LA you can still smoke.
I always smoke in Burbank.
All right, Dawson.
Yeah, Burbank has them too.
Will you make a special trip to Burbank to smoke?
Just to go smoke.
All right. The whole point is you're clamping down on taxpayers and turning a blind eye to criminals, and that's
right.
That's progressive. Progressive politics are come down super hard on taxpayers, overregulate the shit out of them, and leave the criminals alone. That's a Trudeau thing, and it's a Newsom thing. And Canada's fucked with Trudeau. Like,
it is.
I don't know what they're going to do with Trudeau. Are they?
I don't know what they're going to do now.
When's he coming up?
It's a minority government because he doesn't have the majority. Jasmeet Singh is the head of the NDP. If he sees he can get the seats, I think Pierre Poilievre will be the next Prime Minister of Canada. And look, it's not. His father was a different story. He was one of the most honored, famous Prime Ministers of Canada. And if you understand politics in Canada, which is slight left, slight right. It's not like America, but he's turned it into a shit show. And healthcare, although my friend Russell Peters says a funny joke about California. He goes, California, he says, is Canada now without the healthcare.
Yeah.
You know, and it's so true. And it's true because my mom's trying to get an appointment now. It takes an MRI takes 11 months.
I know.
You know, and all this stuff that's going on. And then
I know. And what we do is we go, everyone with socialized medicine. They go, Canada, they got free medicine.
Over there,
it's like, you got to wait in line.
All my friends who have money in Canada between November and April are in Florida or Arizona. All the ones with cash are not even staying in Canada. And don't get me wrong, I'm not crapping on Canada. It's my country and I love it. But at the same time, they fucked it up.
Yes,
They really fucked it up.
That's
They
progressive
really
policy.
did. You know, and we can't win a Stanley Cup. So there's a lot of anger there,
Yeah, you're
Adam.
losing
Yeah, I
to
get
Florida
it.
all the time.
Yeah. The fucking Vegas. Vegas wins the Stanley Cup.
The hottest
They don't
places in the
appreciate
world.
it.
They can't. There's no ice anywhere in Vegas
No.
except for in a casino. Jesus Christ.
It's so true.
So true.
So that we're angry about that.
See
get
that
it.
that news report in Toronto about them like leaving the key fobs?
Oh,
at
yeah,
the,
yeah.
Yeah.
It was
At the
Toronto.
front door. Here it is.
Yeah.
And you know, Chris, they have to do that now because they're going to smash them in, and they're just taking the cars.
Yeah.
And they put the air tags in them, and they see the guy. They're at the yard where they saw the car on the rail car going on a ship, and they could not do a thing about it.
Oh, we'll run the.
Unbelievable.
We got the clip.
So
Yeah.
just take it.
Well, here's Toronto police talking about it.
There's also updated advice for all vehicle owners, a message echoed by Toronto police speaking at an Etobicoke safety meeting last month. Constable Marco Ricciardi had a new message for vehicle owners who keep their fobs in Faraday pouches.
To prevent the possibility of being attacked in your home, leave your fobs at your front door, because they're breaking into your home to steal your car. They don't want anything else. A lot of them that they're arresting have guns on them, and they're not toy guns, they're real guns.
Oh,
They're
real
loaded.
guns.
That's why
Loaded.
Belinsky says they will be installing the door stops and taking YPR's advice seriously. But she'd like more action from police as well.
Wow. There you go.
They
Be nice.
banned guns in Canada. Are fobs upset about this now? Fobs?
I don't know.
Right? Because you leave your fobs at the door. You know, so it's like
So
somebody's going to be upset about
they
that.
banned guns in Canada, but some people have guns.
But the ones that have them are the ones taking your fucking car.
That's right. That's how they're like.
Welcome to Canada, eh?
Well, in
why
San
is-
Francisco, where they're encouraged to roll down their windows and
Yeah,
just
so you
or
don't
like
get
put
the
signs
window-
like "There's nothing in here. Please don't smash our windows in."
Yeah. How about some policy? Wouldn't that be nice?
How about,
But here's the thing about Canadians. So I'm from California. We just vote Democrat. We don't care. We'll vote Newsom in 10,000 times. The same people will be talking about moving to Florida or Nashville or Nevada and taxes
right.
and fucking crime and
Yeah.
homelessness or whatever. When it comes time to vote, they'll just go, who's the next Newsom? I'll vote for
Right,
him.
right.
So we can't change. But can Canada change?
Well, yeah, because Canada traditionally goes because the socialist policies are already there, right? So you go slight left or slight right because you're not going to change the taxation system and you're not going to change socialized medicine. But the thing now, I think most Canadians now, I imagine, are going to go more to the right. Pierre Poilievre, I think, is going to be the next Prime Minister of Canada because of these policies. And even the people, the moderates, Adam, the ones in the middle that can't decide are saying, wait a second, I have kids. I can't buy a car every 2 weeks. All this shit's happening. And you said it right, policy. Some fucking policy. I mean, I think most people who have families and work and pay taxes just want to have some order in their life. You can't keep waking up when your car is gone, It's-
Yeah. And what's the big market? They taking them overseas? Is it
Yeah, they're
gonna-
putting them in the
Container ships?
container ships, and they're going to like the Middle East, Dubai, Africa. When I was in Toronto, I did a show last month. I said, before the show, I came out and I said, I have an announcement to make. I said, whoever has a black BMW license plate ONT678, yeah, your car's in Nigeria. So I just kind of like.
Well, we're getting back to hot dog night in Philly, which is
Horrible.
The left thinks that human nature is generally good, and if we just sort of step back and treat people with dignity, a lot of this crime's going to stop. You know what I mean? And they have this false thing that like people commit crime because they're poor. They don't really do the part where they go, they're criminals. There's a lot of poor people. I grew up poor. Everyone I knew was poor, but we weren't criminals. We were just poor. Right. So they do this thing where it's like if you just step back and we defund the police a little and we have community ambassadors instead of cops or whatever it is, then this is going to work its way out. Sort of nature's going to take its course. It fucking doesn't. We're animals. It turns into Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yeah.
Learn your lessons, idiots, and change course is what I'm saying. Or we're just going to end up like Portland, Seattle, San Francisco, LA, like this. Listen, when you're making declarations of, hey, you probably shouldn't go out with your Rolex watch. And if you do drive home and you drive a nice car, you may want to circle the block once and make sure when you leave the key fob by the front door, or actually just hang it on the front door like a mezuzah.
Yeah.
Just take it and put it on the door jamb so that the Jews and who's not stealing your cars. But anyway, when we're doing that, somebody stop and go, do you realize what we're saying?
Yeah.
Do you realize when that bitch is up there blaming Toyota for making catalytic converters too easy to steal, stop and go, do you realize what you sound like? We're sounding insane now. We're going to have to do some policy.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no policy. And think about hot dog night. $1 hot dog. You go to Costco. It's the cheapest date you can have, right?
Yeah.
I'll take my wife going. It's on me. 2 hot dogs,
generous.
2 sodas with tax, $3.18.
Amazing.
It's great. I think the idea of the $1 hot dog is that again, we talked about vintage. We talked about going back where you can go to the ballpark with your kids, have a soda and a hot dog for a couple of bucks, and enjoy the ball game.
Well, the hot dog's $1 and the beer's $19.21.
Of course.
All
It
right.
evens out.
Let's see. Our next guest is queued up and waiting. Are we saying goodbye to Angelo?
Yeah.
Angelo.
Yes.
Let me spell this out so people know where to go for live dates. TSAROUCHAS.com
or funnygreek.com.
Or funnygreek.com.
Funnygreek.com. That's easier.
Funnygreek.com.
Yep.
And then there's Jizz Lobster.
Jizz Lobster. Yeah, so I'm in Bridgeport, and then I'm in New Brunswick, and I'm going to Las Vegas for the last week at Harry's Club at the Laugh Factory with Jamie Kennedy, and then I'll be in Edmonton, Canada, if they don't steal my car. I'm at the comic strip at the West Edmonton Mall up in Edmonton, 28th to the 31st of March.